Good morning, boys and girls, and hope you had a wonderful week. I hope that all the exams are going very, very well and that you're studying hard. Before we start, I'd like to wish Spare a wonderful birthday and hope you had a lovely, lovely day and that you may be blessed for the rest of the year. Last week, we learned about how the Gideonites cheated or tricked Joshua into believing that they were from a country very, very far away, and how they got Joshua to actually promise them to keep them safe and look after them. And only for 3 days later to be found out that they were actually neighbors of the Israelites. And Joshua was very, very upset. But because he had kept the promise, he said to them that he can't take that promise back, but that they have to live as slaves. And the Gideonites were very happy with that because they were safe and they were looked after by the Israelites. So today's story, we're going to continue from that. And the Gideonites were still with the Israelites. They were working with the Israelites. And in Gideon, the rest of the Gideonites were staying there. But the kings around them, there were 5 kings, heard about how they friended Israel. And the kings started getting very worried about how it will affect them if they go to war against Gideon. The problem was that the Israelites were a big nation, and if they were with friends with the Gideonites, there was going to be a huge, huge uproar, or they're going to actually be defeated by by Joshua's army in the future. So they decided that the 5 of them are going to get together and round up all the army, and they are going to attack Gideon before the Israelites got to hear of it. So they rallied up all their troops and they actually started marching to Gideon. Now, the Gideonites didn't know about what was happening. And the next morning when they woke up, they just saw this big army in front of them. And it was the 5 kings' armies that had joined forces. And they started worrying and said, we are outnumbered. We are not going to be able to win this war. I hope that Joshua can protect us. And the leaders of the Gideonites decided to send a messenger to Joshua to see if he will help and keep his promise. Now, that messenger must have run so fast as his little legs could carry him, because there was panic in Gideon. When the messenger got to Joshua, he said to Joshua, Joshua, I hope that you can help the Gideonites, and I really hope that you will keep your promise that you will protect us. But there's a whole 5 army waiting for battle at Gideon. Joshua knew that he wasn't going to retract the promise that he made to the Gideonites when he was tricked. And he said to the messenger that he will round up his army and go through to Gideon and help them. So that is what Joshua did. The messenger ran back in the meantime. So Joshua rallied up all his army and they started marching. And this was late in the afternoon. And Joshua and the army marched all through the night. They didn't even go to sleep. They marched all through the night. And early the next morning, they were there at Gideon before the other armies woke up. Of course, when they woke up, but before they woke up, while they were marching, Joshua prayed to God, and God said to Joshua, do not be afraid, because I am with you always. You will win this battle, and everything will be just fine. So God promised Joshua that he will win the battle. So, of course, the next morning, when the 5 armies woke up and got ready for battle, they got a huge surprise, because now the Gideonites weren't just a small little group, they were a big group. And with that, they started getting confused and frightened, because the army had now grown more than what they were. And with that, Joshua and the Gideonites went into battle. And they won the battle, or they had a great victory on the battle. But there was some enemy that still got away. Well, God brought down big stones of ice. And what is big stones of ice? What happens when it rains and we get those big stones of ice? Yes, we have hail. And he actually sent down hail. And some of the enemy were put down or taken down. But there was still a few enemy. And Joshua saw that some of the enemy was still getting away. So he prayed to God while they were in battle and said, God, I need more hours in the day. I need more light, because at nighttime, if they go into battle, the Israelites will not see the enemy and they will be able to get away. So Joshua prayed to God to make the sun stand still so that they can finish the battle in one go. And that is exactly what God did. God stopped the sun. It was supper time and they were still in battle. It was bedtime and Joshua was still in battle, but the sun was shining like it was midday. And eventually all the enemy was defeated. And they had won this battle with 100%. And Joshua thanked God for being with them and protecting them and making sure that the sun was there long enough for them to be able to defeat the enemy and win the battle. So today's lesson was all about promises and trust. The Gideonites had come to Joshua, and Joshua had made a promise to them. And they were scared that Joshua was going to go against his word and basically not do the protection that Joshua had said. But Joshua kept his promise. Just like God kept his promise to Joshua by winning the battle and being there with him and making sure they were all safe. So God kept his promise. Now, when we don't keep our promises, do we break the trust with our friends and our family? Yes, we do. So it's very important to not promise something that you cannot keep. It is really important to keep the trust with your friends and family. So what you say you're going to do, or say what you're going to say, that is what you need to adhere to. That is what you need to keep to. So it's very, very important, boys and girls, that when you are making a promise, you must be able to keep it. Okay, so that is our lesson for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And in our activity pack today, we have got a maze that you can play, you can draw and see if you can get to the middle, just like the one on the screen now. And then also, we've got the coloring in page. And I hope that you are going to enjoy coloring in that page and send us some pickies. It's nice to see your beautiful works of art. And for those that don't have the packs, the link is on the beginning of, on the actual video itself, so that you can join in as well. Right, boys and girls, it is now time to close our eyes. So let us close our eyes in prayer. Dear Lord Jesus, thank you for being with us each moment of every day. Thank you that you always keep your promises to us. We pray that when we make promises, we always remember to keep them and to stay truthful with everybody around us. Just like in our Bible story today. Help us to become better in being kind to others and also to try and help where we can. Thank you, Lord, for this beautiful rain that you have given us. and these long, nice, sunny days. We pray this in your name, Lord. Amen. Well, boys and girls, I hope you enjoy it. There's also a memory verse in. I'm going to put it up now so that we can actually say it together. Our memory verse comes from 2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 28, and it reads like this. And now, O Lord God, you are God, and your words are true, and you have promised this goodness to your servant. And now, O Lord God, you are God, and your words are true, and you have promised this goodness to your servant. Well, boys and girls, I hope that you learn this memory verse and actually practice this memory verse with your loved ones around you. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely week. Good luck with your exams for this week. I really pray that you are studying really, really hard, and we will see you again next week. Have a fun time. Bye-bye.
I may never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never zoom on the enemy, but I'm in the Lord's army. I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir. I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir. I may never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery.